Okay, TikTok, I got a question. So, my 16-year-old son is having a baby. Why do I not have a decision that I can say I don't want him and the girl to have the baby as the boy mom? Also, why are we idolizing having kids at the age of 16? Don't get me wrong. Just because you have a baby at 16, 15, 14 does not make you a failure. But that's also, everybody's story is not the same. So I know plenty of people who is successful and their kids, they had kids at 16 and their kids are successful as of right now. But that's not always the case. That means I have became an involuntary grandparent at that time because the kids are only going to work part-time, try to go to school. It's all cute until you have to actually raise their kids. 16, let's stop idolizing it. Like, if my son 16 having a baby, no. I don't want no dealings. No. I don't know what to tell y'all. My answer is no. No, 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 no. Do y'all want to give it up for adoption? What the fuck do y'all want to do? Are we catching it before so you don't have to get an abortion? You could get the pill. I don't know. Your parents might be against abortions. You guys did some grown up stuff and had a baby. But no, no, no. At 16, it's not okay to have a baby.
Well, I believe as a parent, you have failed your child. I hate to say it. If your son is 16-year-old and getting women pregnant, that's on you as a parent. You have failed as a parent. You have not instilled in your child to have kids after marriage. You have instilled in your child that he is a man, he can make grown up decisions, and now you're trying to be in control if he has the baby or not. I believe that you should have been telling your child from the jump, don't you bring no kids up in here and focus on your life. You did not have your son into the right activities to where he's not worried about girls. The reason why we have people getting pregnant at the young age is because they are not doing anything with their lives that is taking away their attention. He's 16. He should be playing a sport. He should be doing work. He should be doing something that keeps his mind off of girls. This is why how we fail as parents is because you put your kids in situations that they're going to fuck up in. It's your fault that he is having kids. You have to take accountability as a parent and say, I have failed my child because my child has done the unthinkable. Not trying to get on you, not trying to say I'm better than you. I'm just saying that you have failed teaching your son, who is a man, the repercussions of having a kid at a young age. And now you're really upset because you don't want to be taking care of it because that's what's going to happen as a young grandparent. As parents, we have to take accountability for our child's actions, and we have to take accountability that we didn't teach our children how to be throughout life. We did not tell them, hey, you don't do this. We did not put them at activities to where they're not idle and all they could be doing is having sex at the moment. I believe that she has failed. Now she's trying to get rid of this solution so she won't be a young grandparent. But this is what happens in our community. I'm not saying she's a single mother, but it may seem like it if she's in there complaining to TikTok instead of complaining to her man. Wake up. A woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. You have to tell your child as they are growing up, this is not allowed in this household. Well, the one thing I say as a parent to all parents is keep your kids busy. Keep your kids in activities. Keep your kids in doing things, because when they just sitting at home doing nothing, playing the game, what else they going to be doing? But as parents, you have to start taking accountability. And this is the reason why we have a messed up generation and we have a generation voting far left Democrats becoming socialists. It's because you're not giving them any skills. You're not giving them any game on how to win in life. You're letting them make these decisions. He's still under your care. He's only 16. It is your fault just as much as it is his fault having a baby at 16. Take accountability. Now you're trying to get rid of the problem, but you should have been working on him ever since he came out of your womb. There's no such thing as having a 16-year-old son and still being successful. That's very hard on him. That's very hard on you. We have to take accountability of our parenting. We have to tell ourselves what we're doing to our kids and tell our kids and be straight up and say, this is what happens when you have a baby. Your life is over. You're not ready for that. You don't have the money. You're not responsible. You're still a baby yourself. This is how the generation from you, this is how you affect the generation, and then his generation will affect the next generation. Now you're creating a list of long generations of fucked up people. We got to wake up. We have to be accountable for our kids. The reason why these generations are messed up, the reason why they're voting far left is because of the parents. The parents didn't do anything. They didn't instill values. They didn't instill standards. They just said, go out there and have fun and relax. Just if you have a kid, now I'm gonna be upset because I'm gonna be a young grandmother. We have to wake up as a people. We have to wake up. If you have a kid, you have to teach your kid. You have to put your kids first and make sure they have the standards and values to not make the mistakes that you made. We have kids today making the same mistakes as their parents because their parents didn't educate them and say, hey, I made this mistake. Don't make this one. Let's be proactive. Let's work. Let's get a job. Let's go do a sport. Let's do something where your mind is constantly going. Get in the club. Do something. Do something with yourself. Because typically people that have kids at a young age don't have nothing to do with themselves. They're just hanging out with the opposite sex. What do you think was going to happen? And also, too, doesn't seem like it to me that there's a father in the home. See what I'm saying? The structure and the foundation for a kid is important. If they don't have that, they're going to be trying to figure out life on their own. But then the only reason why you're upset is because you're going to be a young grandmother. That's the crazy part.
I don't care how y'all flip it, how y'all make it sound. It sounds good. Oh, we'll take care of it. Oh, this. It doesn't fucking matter. Having a baby at 16 is hard. It's already hard having a baby in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. Now y'all want to have a baby at 16? Come on now. Let's be for real. It's like y'all, I feel like people are trying to idolize. Oh, it's okay. They made a mistake. Yes, but unfortunately, we couldn't prevent the mistake. Or maybe we can prevent the mistake. But my child, my son, we're not doing it. At 16, my answer is no. So if you think him and the girlfriend to come stay here because she already pregnant, no, it's not going to happen.
See, that's what I don't like. You don't want to help out your son because he had a baby, but he had a baby because you lack the responsibility to teach him and educate him on what it takes to have a child, and you didn't put him in the right things to keep him from being an idle man or an idle young man. And so now you upset and now you're going to be mean to him, but when this is actually the time where you need to step up and actually help. See, some of y'all don't even need to be having kids, period. Some of y'all mamas that be complaining about your kids, you shouldn't even have a kid because you didn't teach your kid. A lot of single mothers out there are having kids, but they don't have the education on what it takes to raise a right kid. So you're just working on the fly and you're just letting him do whatever he want to do, but you're not giving him or her any structure. Now you're going to be complaining all day, talking about that baby ain't coming over here, ain't coming over here, ain't coming over here. But you failed as a parent. What it is with a lot of parents, they scared to admit, especially the parents in the past, they scared to admit their mistakes. They scared to admit where they went wrong. This is the time where you don't disappear now. This is the time where you got to step out and help and put them on the right track. Because you failed to teach a man how to be a man. But this is why we say the single moms cannot teach a man. A man needs to be in a household to teach him how to be a man. Women can't teach a man how to be a man. You need a man to be there so he can set the standard, so he can be an example for your son. But now you want to leave and say you can't come up in here because you're having a baby, but ma'am, you failed. So now you have to help. You can't just leave them on the street. That's not how it works. He is the man. He's having this kid. If he does, this is not the time to leave. All you're doing is making it worse for your grandchild. All you're doing for your grandchild, you putting them in the wrong situation. This is why we say you were more upset about being a young grandmother than being upset that your child had a son or a daughter on his own. You're not upset at yourself and say, you know what, I failed. Now let me teach and let me show them how to be a great parent. But this is why I say, you gotta have the man in the household. If you don't, this is what happens. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. As always, no fluff, keep it real. And you know, this is Mr. Marcus Lewis, and we're going to keep on rolling.